Bocce ball has been around for generations, with roots dating back to 5000 BC, when the Egyptians first began playing with rocks, although bocce ball is considered to be of Italian origin. It is important to note that many different variations of this game do exist, however we have chosen to discuss the version most commonly played in North America. Bocce ball is played on an open, unshaded court of grass, artificial turf, sand, or clay. One small ball, known as the jack, and 8 larger balls of different colors are used during the game. The 8 colored balls are divided evenly amongst the 2 teams. In order to determine which team will begin play, a coin toss is conducted. The jack is thrown first and becomes the target spot for the other players. The goal of the game is to have your team's colored ball land closest to the jack. One round has been played once all 8 colored balls have been thrown. There are 3 types of throws. However, for the purposes of this video, the focus will be on the standard shot, given that this is the throw most characteristic and unique to bocce ball. The standard shot involves rolling the ball towards the jack, much like the type of throw that occurs in the game of bowling. Autism is a pervasive development disorder that affects neural development during childhood. Autism is not curable or treatable, and the main causes remain relatively unknown. However, adaptations can be made in order to remove barriers for those affected and increase their quality of life. The most common characteristics of autism include communication barriers, difficulty with social interaction and social norms, certain stereotyped behaviors, and a need for structured routine. Autism ranges on a spectrum from least severe to most severe, and a child's location on the spectrum is dependent on the degree of impairment. Some children appear relatively normal to their peers, whereas other children may not speak or communicate at all. Many people believe that those who have been diagnosed with autism can reap additional benefits from the social environment the sport provides. Although difficulties with fine and gross motor skills, vestibular sensation, and proprioceptive senses are often present in those with autism, most difficulties in sport do not stem from physical impairments. In fact, an affected player may be able to execute a throw identical to other players without much added difficulty. The problems are often the result of difficulty imitating an action, inability to understand social cues, sensory deficits, problem behavior, and an overwhelming desire to be alone. Although experienced throwers can make a move appear like one fluid motion, many steps are involved in a standard bocce ball throw. The first step involves visualizing where you want the ball to go. In this case, the goal is the jack. A starting stance involves heels together and standing straight with the ball in their dominant hand. The thrower will then bring their dominant leg forward in order to set up for the throw. Bring the ball back behind you and swing it forwards, releasing from your hand. As you go to release the ball, adopt a crouched position. Although the actual release of the ball is fairly similar for individuals with autism, the biggest obstacle is the inability to effectively communicate. For this reason, we have implemented visual cueing in order to help players effectively perform a standard throw. These cards support communication and can also be used to gain a player's attention, direct focus, and express thoughts. By using cards, we decrease the likelihood of overloading participants' sensitive sensory systems, primarily hearing. During a task analysis with cards, we are able to break down the task into discrete steps and ensure that proper sequence and rules are being followed. This replaces the need to imitate other players and offers an alternative more conducive to the required learning environment. For this game, we have created a card cueing the individual to step up to the plate, which looks like a green thumbs up, a card indicating that they should begin the moving sequence that appears like a dancing man, a card indicating the throw should be made that depicts an animation of a man throwing the ball, and an arrow that is used to tell them their turn has been completed and they can step away from the throwing area. In the event of an emergency, the support worker can hold up a stop sign indicating that everyone needs to stop what they are doing. That by using these cards, players will be able to execute a proper throw and can enjoy bocce ball just like everyone else. The goal is to enable everyone to participate and help people to reach daily physical activity requirements. By making a minor change to bocce ball, we are allowing autistic individuals to participate and engage.